Hi. Let's get playing. Finding a comfortable posture, undisturbed. Beginning to focus more intently on our own physicality. Let's choose something easy to think about. Let's think about our skin. Let's think about the heat that's emanating from our skin. And let's think about what our skin is telling us right now. Is there a breeze, or are there clothes, or are you feeling the pressure of a seat possibly underneath your buttocks, or if you're standing under your feet, or if you're lying down on whatever parts of your body that you are lying on the bed with? What's going on with one's body? This is the question in our minds. We're feeling the warmth emanating from our physical bodies. Representing what? We know what it represents. It represents, in essence, our physicality. It represents the muscular activity of our chest as we draw air in and then press it back out again, utilizing our diaphragm and our lungs. And also the squeezing and the relaxing, the contracting of one's heart muscle to squeeze oxygenated blood throughout our vascular system, and also to push it back towards our lungs again to disgorge itself of carbon dioxide and enrich itself with a new supply of oxygen coming from our breathing. In a nutshell, this is it. Here we are, being aware, being alert, feeling a sensitivity to ourselves. Maybe if you like putting your hands together, at least your fingertips to fingertips, thumbs to thumbs. And feeling what you're feeling is what? What do you feel there? You feel that warmth again, of course. And you feel the pressure of the different elements of your skin that are touching each other. Realizing that this is actually a bundle of miracles that we're talking about. It may be commonplace and often taken for granted. Nonetheless, these things are miraculous in nature and have evolved only after millions upon millions of generations of life. Remembering this is important. Not to take oneself for granted, but to know oneself as what you are, a bundle of miracles. This awareness in itself is a means also of finding a sense of awe about ourselves, which again is a element that we can include in our calculation and in our motivation and our journey to increase our mindful meditation, a sense of awe, a sense of reverence and amazement at what we're talking about, of what the symbology is and these words represent. Humbled would be another good term that we can use. Beginning to investigate a sense of virtuosity, because this is also important. It's one thing to be mindfully meditating, it's another thing to be a vessel of self-improvement, and one's attaining an awareness of one's own potential is critically important to one's advancement, to one's self-evolution. Being mindfully aware is one thing. How one is mindfully aware is a different question, and one that we're just talking about now. Having such attributes as kindness and understanding and a sense of sympathy and of compassion, of understanding, of empathy, of friendship, of generosity. These are basic traits that we can develop and share with ourselves as well as with those that surround us, our families, our friends, our acquaintances. What else is easy to notice about our physical selves? We spoke briefly and said about our breathing. we breathe. We breathe 15 to 20,000 times a day on average, Homo sapiens. Oh, it's something done every few seconds, really, whatever number of seconds it might be, every 6 seconds or 10 seconds, something along these lines. Oh, it's pretty amazing just thinking about this. It's a lot of repetitions of breathing that we do every day. And in many ways, this is what's responsible for us taking it for granted, because over the course of a week or a month or a year, then we all of a sudden have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and eventually millions of breaths that we have undertaken. And so they become second nature. But being specific and being particular, we want to think about this. We want to be appreciative of this process of respiration we share. Being here now. A bundle of miracles utilizing a process of respiration to feed their bodily needs of energy. That's what we're doing right now. And also to be aware of one's heart, pumping this oxygen through one's bloodstream. In one's lungs, there's a transition from the gaseous oxygen in the air to the oxygen utilized in connection with the hemoglobin to be distributed around your body. This is what's occurring 24 hours a day. We breathe, as we said, 15 to 20,000 times a day. Our heart pulses for us, distributing our oxygenated blood approximately 90,000 times a day. So even more so, we cordon off this process and don't think about it because it happens so often. It's like, okay. In 10 days, it's almost 1 million times that one's heart has been beating, if that's the way you want to verbalize it. No, it's natural. All the things we do are natural, and all the things that we want to become are natural too. We can become meditators and more mindful. It is just a question of applying ourselves to do this. And that's what we're doing here now, as a bundle of miracles. Aware of our miraculous processes of respiration, and now we've just added circulation to it. And if we just want to consider, we've been talking already about the surface of our skin emanating heat, so it's not only a question of the first and the second, but now we have the third, which is the dissemination and accumulation of energy going on. There's a lot of different kinds of energy going on in our bodies, in our minds, in the whole Homo sapiens structure. So thinking about now these three, the reception and the dissemination of energy, our circulation, and of course, our respiration. And being comfortably postured, whatever that might be, and being flexible and adaptive enough that if you want to scratch your nose, you're comfortable to do it, or if you want to pause the tape for a moment and get a glass of water or go to the bathroom or whatever, then you can do that too. You're not shortchanging oneself, you're acclimating oneself and being flexible. We need to understand ourselves. Similarly, when people think about humans being multitasking, which of course we are, as a part of our evolutionary needs, we had to be aware of our environments, otherwise maybe we would be eaten by a saber-toothed tiger or some kind of a big bear, or something along those lines. So this is part of the reasons why we can think of different things, and sometimes our minds can be overwhelmed by the amount that we're inquiring about, considering, and realizing it's a natural state to be understanding. just having this conversation with oneself can go a far way to help smooth it out and to come to a better sense. Further, if one then takes this opportunity and spreads one's consciousness into these physical processes we're enumerating, then rather than something else, we're focusing within ourselves towards reaching our goal of finding our foundation, what we commonly call is self-realization, self-illumination, self-revelation. These are all the same thing. Further, if we think of the heat that's emanating from our body and think of it in terms, as we have been speaking, as one of many forms of energy being released and being consumed by our bodies and minds, then feeling beneath all of this, can one feel the quaking awareness of one's energetic body, one's cellular structure, one's cells actually shimmering or vibrating with life energy. Feeling this, please. If one's fingers are still knit together, if it's fingers to fingers and thumbs to thumbs, feeling the energy excited in between them. Feeling this. Pressing a little more firmly. There's not so much emotion of your fingers that are moving gently, but keeping them intact so they're a little more glue-like, but feeling beneath the presence of the heat, feeling beneath the presence of the pulse, and feeling the presence of your shimmering majesty, because you are the king or queen of one's own body. And accept this responsibility, this stewardship we are given upon our birth when we are separated from our mother's womb. So you have these 4 different facets of one's physiology to consume one's attention, is more aware of their own foundation, because these are the foundation or parts, major parts or important parts of one's foundation of being alive, of being a Homo sapien, being here now. A bundle of miracles. You and me, humbled by the immensity of creation, of which we are a part of. We are individuals, unique, nodal points of energy residing upon this planet Earth, in the star system Sol, in the Milky Way galaxy. That's you and me. And thankful. Why thankful? Well, I guess the question is why not? If one has a chance to be either thankful for something or not to be thankful for something, which do you think might be a better choice? So, we choose the better choice. And we are thankful for just being alive. We can create and make an effort towards aspiring in creating the opportunity or potential for meeting goals and increasing our happiness. This is what evolution is doing. If one goes back 14.5 billion years and considers the instant or the explosive force of the creation of our universe, everything was of the same nature. It was this energy release. Thinking now, 14.5 billion years later, thinking of the variety and the increasing complexity of life, of energy, of the molecules, of the atoms, of everything, of the elements, of the compounds. What this primordial energy has become. It is becoming more and more complex. And this is what we're doing in mindful meditation. We're thinking, we're analyzing, we're investigating. And we're doing so in a sense of equanimity, not in judgment, but as a witness. Doing this with a sense of objectivity that we might learn, because for sure we're going to misstep, make mistakes. And we want in our journeys to continually improve. So we notice these things. We are receptive to the positive as well as, if we can use this term, the negative, and improve. This is our goal. Think about these things. And the music's going to continue for another minute. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're interested. If not, whatever you're going to do, smile. Let there be a twinkle in one's eye. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And to pulse. And to shimmer. And to feel the heat of one's body emanating through one's skin. Namaste.